All right, here's a question. The weekly profit function in dollars of a small business that produces fruit jams is P of x equal to negative 0.2x squared plus 30x minus 625. So let's write it down. P of x is equal to negative 0.2 x squared plus 30x minus 625, where x is the number of jars of jam, and then that's the function, and then p of x is the profit function. Profit, p of x. So first question is, find a number of jars of jam, so the x they're looking for, that should be produced to maximize the weekly profit. So maximizing the weekly profit. Now, first of all, by looking at this quadratic formula, p of x equal to negative 2x squared, this negative tells us that the parabola is concave down, looking down like this. So a function which is like that means has a maximum value. That's the maximum point. So if, for example, if that looks like something like this, right, this point is the maximum. And then this x value is the number of jars. So jars of jam. And this is profit, which is x. And this is p of x, which is profit. I'm selling that. So this is the x value that we want to know. What is this x value at this point that we have the maximum profit? Here's the maximum profit. We want to know what is this value. So to find, the A says find a number of jars of jam that should be produced to maximize the weekly profit. And we know this is called, for a parabola, it's called the axis of symmetry, right? So x, that's axis of symmetry. And then to find the axis of symmetry, x equal to negative b over 2a. That's the formula. So x equal to, let me change the color, x equal to negative b over 2a is going to give you the number of jam that needs to be sold to get the maximum profit. That's equal to negative b. So this is a. For those who don't know this is a, this is b, this is c. Because in the standard form, the quadratic formula looks like this: ax squared plus bx plus c. So the number multiplied by x squared is the a, number multiplied by x is b, and the one which is not multiplied by x, actually it is multiplied to x to the 0, which is 1. So that stays alone, a number, that's c. It's right here, negative 625. So negative b is going to be negative 30 over 2a, 2 times negative 0.2, which is going to be equal to, what is this, negative 4/10, and then negative 30. What is 30 divided by 4/10? Let's simplify it. I don't want to use calculator. This negative divided by negative is going to be positive. I multiply by 10 this one, the denominator, to get rid of decimal, that's going to be 4. If I multiply the numerator by 10 also, that's going to be 300. 300, both of these can be divided by 2. Just it's a little bit of math practice to improve your arithmetic. So that top number, 300 divided by 2 is 150. This is 2. And again, if you simplify, that's going to be 75 over 1. Means divide by 2, divide by 2. This divide by 2, this divide by 2, which is 75. So what is x? That's 75. We found that they need to sell 75 jars of jam to maximize the profit. Now the question for B here, that says find a maximum profit. Now they're asking, so this was A. So B, what is maximum profit? That's basically they're looking for P of x. To find P of x, that's P of x. Basically, y value, substitute 75 into the equation, you're going to get p of x. So substitute negative, first of all, you have negative 2x squared. Instead of x, you need to put 75 squared plus 30. So let's calculate that. Minus 625. Let's see what we're going to get. So let's see who's going to get it fast. Try it. Try it at home. If you're doing it with us. Where's my calculator on my cell phone? So we have an answer here. Let me do it myself also. So negative. All right, I got it. It's 500. So P of X is 500. So $500. Probably the unit, I didn't see it, whatever it is. So that's the profit. P of X would be 500. Now for part C, how many jars, it's right here, how many jars need to be produced and sold to make a profit? So now, to make a profit, it doesn't matter how many, it doesn't say to maximize the profit. They're looking at this point. If a profit means anything greater than 0, right? Anything greater than, so we need to know what is this intersect. That number of jars that they need to sell. This is a rough graph. It's not the graph for this one. I didn't graph it. That's part C, part D of the question. Actually, that's supposed to be C. This is supposed to be D. So part D, that says graph it, but we want to know what is the x-intercept of this. So as soon as we have x-intercept, means number of jars that needs to be like you need to sell, that it's going to start making profits. It's going to go y. You're going to get some values for y. So let's find the x-intercept. So to find the x-intercept, you need to use quadratic formula for this one, which is x equal to negative b plus minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. You could have done factoring, but it's kind of hectic probably. In this case, there I posted videos that you can watch how to do factoring this, but quadratic is the fastest right now. Negative b, negative 30 plus minus b squared, which is 30 squared, minus 4ac. 4ac, negative 0.2 times c, which is negative 625. And it's going to stretch all the way there, times 2a, times 2 times negative 0.2. Okay, we need to calculate it again. Let's see what we're going to get. So the thing inside this radical, that's called discriminant. It's called discriminant. So it's going to be negative 30. Let's calculate that. Negative 30. First, I'm going to calculate the discriminant. So b squared minus 4ac. 30 squared minus 4ac. But we have two negative signs, so it's going to be adding, right? Minus 4ac, actually the three negative signs. So this and this is going to be positive, right? So it's again subtraction. Minus 4 times a point 2 times c, 625. Okay, awesome. This was 400. So this whole thing comes up to 400. So that reduces to negative 30 plus minus. What is square root of 400? It's 20. 20 times 20 is 400. That's going to be negative 30 plus minus 20 over negative 0.4. So this means there are two answers, negative 30 plus 20 over negative 0.4 and negative 30 minus 20 over negative 0.4. Answer for this is negative 10 over negative 0.4, 10 over 0.4. I'm going to do the same thing, multiplying by 10. That's going to be 100 over 4, right? Multiplying by 10, 100 over 4, which is what? 2.5, right? What? 25. So 25, one of the x-intercepts. Second one, in this case, this would be, I'll do it over here, negative 50 over negative 0.4. And I'll continue like this. I'm going to get rid of negative, which is gone. And then multiply by 10 to get rid of decimal. That's going to be 500 over 4. If you divide 500, divide by 2, 225 over 2. Again, if you divide it, it's going to be what? 112.5, 112.5 over 1. So one of the answers, x equal to 25, x1 and x2 is equal to 112.5. Those are x-intercepts. So as soon as they sell 25, how much is the profit? That's 0. So if you put, because when we're solving this, basically you get x-intercepts. So these are two x-intercepts like that. Okay, sorry about that. So one of them is 25. The other one is 112.5, right? These are x-intercepts. And parabola is something like this. Even though we're not on the next section that says graph it, but I'll graph it here. What is this point? It was 500. So as soon as we get rid of this line, okay. So over here, when it's 25, profit is 0 because that's the x-intercept. 112.5, profit is 0. So how many you should sell to see profit? 26, next value. So 26 jars of jam will start producing profit. So there's no profit less than 25. It's negative and it's negative like that. So that's how you do this. Now, probably now next one is next part of this problem says graph the function. I already did that. Make sure to label key points. So key points, one of the key points is this one, which is profit. The other key point was this one, negative b over 2a, which was 75. So x is 75. 75. Okay, what? You're not erasing it. Okay, yeah. So this is 75, and we have this maximum profit. And there's another key point, which if you continue to graph, you'll see that where is it intersecting? What is the y-intercept? If they don't sell anything, right? They don't sell it. The y-intercept is 625 with negative sign. How you get this y-intercept? If you want to find the y-intercept, x equal to 0 into the function. This was the function. Let's do it again. P of x equal to, negative 0.2x squared plus 30x minus 625. So if you put 0 into this, the 0 into this one, 0 times 0 squared times negative 0.2, everything cancels, right? Plus 30 times 0, again, this cancels, right? So this is just y-intercept. So P of, not F of, P of 0 is equal to negative 6.625. That's y-intercept. So if they don't sell anything, right, just to start, they have this negative $625 cost. So that's deficit, right? It's negative. So we did all this key points. We did this one, we did this one, x-intercept, 125. If they sell more, if there was a question that what is the maximum number that they can sell and have profit? The maximum number that they can sell and have profit, you see that if they sell more than 112.5, has that. It's a good problem that I wanted to share this here. Why? Because if they sell more than 125, 112.5, they don't see profit anymore. Why? Because probably they need to hire more people, they need to spend more on equipment and lots of other things. So it happens. It's not always you sell more, you're going to get profit. Sometimes you're not going to get profit, like in this case. Because, like, if they want to sell 115, they need to hire more people to do the job. They need to get more equipment and more stuff. So it's going to be lots of overhead cost, which is going to reduce the profit. What is the maximum number that they can sell still see profit? This one, 112. Because when it's 113, it's going to go under graph, it's going to go below the x-axis. All right, done with this problem. That was a good problem.